Now that is one mighty big whale shark. Hey guys, I'm Jeff Corwin, and get ready for what promises to be a very fun episode of Ocean Mysteries. Now basically the spirit of this episode is all those fun little magic moments that makes this such a great series to work on. Check it out.
For hundreds of millions of years, the oceans of our planet have hidden the deepest secrets. Join me as we reveal the ocean's mysteries. Isn't that incredible? This, my friends, is what it's all about.
Amazing. Incredible fish. Hey guys, the focus for this expedition is kind of like a best of those awesome fun little moments that we've had making this incredibly fun television series. So, to begin with, let's start with whale sharks.
For this adventure, we've traveled to the bustling tourist mecca and pristine beaches of Cancun, Mexico. Joining our intrepid team in search of the mighty whale shark is Dr. Alistair Dove from Georgia Aquarium and our local guide and whale shark expert, Rafael de la Parra Venegas. By mid-afternoon, we trek out about 20 miles in order to find a prime candidate to do something rarely ever done before, to extract blood from a wild whale shark. It's incredible. It's like we're in a living soup of whale sharks. But now it's up to us to pick the most likely candidate for a blood draw.
For me, this is what makes science so exciting, is to be on the front lines of really an unprecedented investigation like this. Really a great opportunity. There's a very good chance we'll fail, but you know what? You don't know success unless you try.
It makes it taste all that much better.
So we're gonna do our best, and who knows? Maybe we'll be lucky with this whale shark.
Now guys, if you thought that putting a satellite tag on a whale shark was tough, there's a reason why this blood draw has been rarely attempted in the past. But you know, Chris is determined to make this happen. You see, drawing blood from a wild whale shark will give scientists a unique insight into these incredible creatures, information that will ultimately lead to conservation.
Go!
As Chris dives under the water, he'll have to deal with a number of factors that make this a very challenging task.
So you can see right now, Chris is swimming right alongside. You can see his pony bottle sticking up above the surface. Jeff is right next to him. They're sitting right above that animal's pectoral fin. They're in a really good position to be able to go for that blood draw. If we see Chris duck under the surface, we know he's trying for it.
Unlike our effort to tag one of these whale sharks with a satellite tag, where yes, we have to be specific, but on the other hand, we have a little bit of wiggle or elbow room. When it comes to drawing blood, there's no room for error. If you're gonna get the blood, you gotta tap the vein. If you miss the vein, you don't get the blood. Now add in the factors that you're dealing with an animal that weighs 10,000 pounds moving in the open ocean. This is not going to be easy. Just when Chris seems to have the needle in a perfect stable position, this giant fish decides he's had enough with this unscheduled physical exam.
This one's turned away.
With two whale sharks very close by and in our sights, there's no time to rest as we immediately dive back in after them. Without hesitation, Chris makes his move. He grabs onto a fin of a nearly 20-foot-long mighty whale shark. With a good, solid grasp on this shark, Chris finally is able to get the needle successfully through the whale shark's thick skin in his effort to draw blood. It takes some serious doing, but now that the whale shark is steady and settling in, Chris works the needle into the proper area, finally snaking it towards that valuable vein. That's the best chance of drawing the blood needed to get an accurate sample.
Come on, Chris, you can get there.
Now, this may look a little intense, but the truth is, this fish doesn't feel a thing, because to him, it's kind of like a mosquito bite. With a steady effort and a steadier hand, the underwater camera finally reveals what Chris is the first to see, a flow of blood that begins to run from the whale shark's fin through this clear tube. This giant fish starts to make his move before the vial is completely full. But Chris, nonetheless, has been able to successfully draw blood from this massive beast. We head back to the boat with a successful draw in hand. Now begins the waiting game to see if our sample is good.
Al, what do you think the biggest thing you're going to learn from this?
These samples are not big enough to learn some of the health stuff that we wanted to look at, but they'll tell us a bit about the genetics of that animal. But more so than that, they tell us that it's possible to get blood from a free-ranging whale shark, and that opens all sorts of doors for us to do research in the future.
So, friends, it was a great experience, a great adventure, and a great moment of discovery. So, from here, off the coast of Mexico, back to Georgia, and back to Ocean Voyager.
Coming up on Ocean Mysteries, it's a high-flying ride as I head out onto the open water in search of one of the largest creatures of the sea, the mighty and mysterious manta ray.
Look at the way he just glides through the water like that. Incredible fish. I never get tired of that, and I never get tired of this data. An incredible moment for me is when we were off the coast of Florida and we were tagging those manta rays. Man, we were putting those satellite receivers on their fins. Well, look at this. We're now considerably later, and those mantas have moved from the coast of Florida now to the coast of North Carolina. That moment of being out there in the field, putting those satellite tags on these incredible creatures was an incredible moment for me, hopefully for you, certainly a memory I will not soon forget. So let's revisit that. All right, guys, our satellite tags are ready. We've spotted the mantas, so this, my friends, is the moment of truth. You guys ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
Although right now the skies are clear and the waters are calm, weather conditions can turn on a dime when it comes to navigating in open water. I'm joined on deck by fellow researcher and veterinarian Dr. Tim Mulligan, and our boat is in the capable hands of Geo. We truly are relying on our team way up in the sky, the spotter plane, to give us the exact coordinates of the manta. Without the spotting, we can't apply the tags.
7 Hotel Echo, 7 Hotel Echo. Do you copy? Over.
Reaching loud and clear. I'm right now circling over this area, and I got the visual on 4 of them.
That's great, thanks. Okay, so here's what's going down. Not so long ago, we were up there with Joy. We spotted the mantas. We're now on the ground. This is the response team. I've got Tim. I'm traveling with Geo. Our spotter plane is not even a mile away and 800 feet above, and it is circling 4 mantas. Tim's ready. We're moving in. Hopefully, we're going to get that awesome moment of actually tagging one of these manta rays. Tim, how deep do they need to be?
They've got to be within 5 feet of the surface or I can't reach them.
And what's the typical behavior? How long do they hang around for?
It varies. Some days they won't come up to the surface. Some days you can touch them once and then come back and touch them again and they'll stay up.
So anything goes.
Anything goes.
But this is really what it's all about. This is true science in the making. This type of tagging is incredibly novel. We're one of the first teams to do this from a boat. We can have great success or great failure. Got a manta right here.
That one, coming at us, white winged ships, about 3 boat lengths.
He's right at the surface. He's incredibly close. Incredibly close. Oh. Did you get him?
See, we got a tag on him. It's there.
Hey, Tim, the tag is on him. You tagged him.
Right on the trailing edge. See it?
Look at that.
We got the waypoint.
Okay, come here, 11:30. You've got about 100 yards. This animal is headed northeast.
Did you get him? You got him. Tag in. Tag in. We got number 2 in on the left flipper. Perfectly positioned.
Tim traveling south.
Service, Tim.
Okay,
You're right there.
30 yards.
We have a visual. Ah, awesome.
More around to your left. It's actually swimming southwest. And you're 100 yards now.
Oh, so close. This could be it. This could be it. Oh. Yeah! Tag in! Awesome! We've deployed 4 of these tags. 1 more to go. What are these tags going to tell us?
The depth, the temperature, and the location that these mantas have swam since we've tagged them. That'll give us a great understanding of where they go and what they do as their cycle of the year contributes.
You ready for 1 more?
1 more.
All right. Good. I'm really tired. I've been, I feel like I've been doing the lion's share of the work here.
Well, you're the star, so.
Okay, all right.
All right,
Fuck it up.
back down.
Right here, man, right here.
With 4 tags already in place, it might seem like we should just call it a day and head home. But tagging one more manta will exponentially increase our chances of understanding the migratory patterns of these giant rays. And besides, Tim's on a roll. He's in the zone. So much of scientific discovery is about trial and error, but the idea of a genuine breakthrough in understanding, a major shift in our way of thinking, this is what drives us. And of course, it's what inspires others. Coming up next on Ocean Mysteries, I'm speeding across the wetlands of the Florida Everglades, seeking the symbol of the Sunshine State, the mighty American alligator. So, don't blink, because there's plenty of teeth-clenching excitement coming up on Ocean Mysteries. Yeah, I got him. Man, he sure is feisty, huh?
Yes, he is.
And certainly is healthy. This is Corey, and this is Doc. And Doc, as you can see, has got a lot of energy. This is one of the standard health assessments we do to make sure he's nice and healthy. And let me tell you, he's in prime shape. Doc is one of only 2 albino alligators living here at the Georgia Aquarium. This is a very rare mutation of these amazing animals. And of course, I love the American alligator. And this, of course, is a teaser to one of my favorite moments. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Jeff Corwin, and if you're my insurance adjuster, turn the station now, or else my policy's going up. I'm with Tim Schwartzman. He works with the Sawgrass Recreation Park. Now, in here, in this pool, we have Cannibal. He is a gigantic alligator. He's 13+ feet in length. He's almost maxed out in his size. He weighs half a ton. He's just a big old monster. So if you can, just show us what this guy's all about.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to get in here, get him to come up to the surface here a little bit, just so you can see how big he is. So you can see he's a large male, what we would call a bull alligator. As you can see, he's a very large head, very, very large teeth. Solid skull there.
So he's 13 feet in length. I guess he's probably somewhere between 48 and 55 years old.
Yeah, he's somewhere in the 50-year-old range, which is very old for an alligator.
Just an awesome gator, but we're here today to check out Tansy. And Tansy is a big female gator. So we're gonna secure this gator, check her health, but ultimately it's a chance for you to get face-to-face with something you would never get to experience in the wild unless you wanted to see a gator from the inside out.
Now, Tansy may not be as big as Cannibal, but she's equally hard to catch and equally cantankerous. All right, so we got Tansy secure, but it looks like Cannibal is still roaming free, and he's curious. This 500-pound reptilian beast is just a few feet from Tim's head, and a little too close for comfort.
There you go.
All right.
You ready?
So I'm gonna lift up just a little bit here.
So what are the measurements you want to get?
So we're gonna do the around the head here.
Okay. And this is really a standard measurement that you go just basically right over the jowl area. Almost exactly 63 centimeters. And then we're gonna do snout to tip of tail. Okay, basically we're getting approximately 102 inches, which equals out roughly about 8 feet. So this is a very large gator, a long gator, who has probably getting close to the max of what she will ever be. If you look along the side of the face, the jaw, this right here is the mandible region, the jaw region. And then you can see right here, all these little papilla, these little individual spots right here. Those are basically sensory pits. Explain how that works.
Basically, is that they're able to detect movement and vibrations or pressure changes in the water as animals are moving around. Because although they have very sharp eyesight, it's limited in range. They can't move their eyeballs very much. They're on top of their head, so they can't see below the water line, and they cannot see directly in front of them. Right. So if something swims past, and studies in laboratories have shown, even with their eyes shut, they can still detect and strike with great accuracy.
So a fish coming by, a catfish, a turtle, the hooves of a wild feral boar going into the mud, it senses that ripple effect along these really interesting array of dots, and it can move on in. Something else that's really cool is the eyes. You can see that the orbital area, the eyes are on top, so when this animal's cruising through the water, it can have most of its body submerged. If this animal was in stealthy predator mode, you'd only see this above it. So just an amazing animal. But some other cool things we can see is, look at these incredible paws there, those feet. You can see the claws like that. You can see the webbing between the digits, between the toes, that allows for her to propel and swim through the water. And she's even backed up by this. She's got an extra fin right here at the end of her tail for locomotion, just like a rudder.
Well, it looks like Cannibal is back, so it's probably time to let Tansy go. Coming up on Ocean Mysteries, get ready for a truly moving tale of an animal species that has been swimming the world's oceans for millions of years, the sea turtles. Join us as we help one special turtle find his way home.
Hey guys, this is TJ, and certainly he's got a face that any mother would love. TJ is a young loggerhead sea turtle. He's given us some of that little swimming behavior here. And he reminds me of another favorite creature whose journey to survival began right here. It's a turtle named Murphy, and boy, did he have one amazing story to tell.
Unfortunately for Murphy, when he hatched from his egg, he never made it from the nest to the water. He is what we call a straggler, a tiny 2-inch long baby who can't make it to the open water on its own. And for these tiny stragglers, the future is often bleak at best. Luckily for Murphy, he was rescued not far from his nest on Jekyll Island, which is in the southeast corner of Georgia, just south of Savannah. He was first taken to the Jekyll Island 4-H Center. After that, he was transferred to the Georgia Sea Turtle Center, where he was evaluated. And finally, he ended up here, Georgia Aquarium, where he's been fed a strict diet that has helped him to grow from a tiny 2-inch long straggler to a strong, healthy animal. Now, after years of being well-fed and managed, Murphy is finally ready to go home to the vast Atlantic Ocean, where he will have the opportunity to live a long life, perhaps even into the next century. The staff gives Murphy one final physical exam. They do everything they can to ensure that he has the strength required to survive in the wilds of the open Atlantic. The folks at Georgia Aquarium want to keep their eye on Murphy for as long as possible, so he is fitted with a state-of-the-art satellite tag. This tag is carefully adhered or glued to the back part of his shell known as the carapace. It's done in just the right manner so it doesn't interfere with his swimming, diving, or hunting for food. It is held fast with long-lasting glue that will stick to the shell for up to 2 years.
All right, guys, this is it. We are just about there. We've had a 300-mile odyssey that began in Atlanta, Georgia. We've made our way to this little hamlet, this little island along the coast. It is Jekyll Island. You guys got it? And of course, in this box, in this crate, is Murphy. And very soon, Murphy will be finding himself in unfamiliar waters. How do you feel? You've been following this turtle from the beginning. We've talked about this, but now that this moment is about to happen, how do you feel?
It's very exciting. I'm a little nervous though. This turtle has never actually swam in the open ocean. So it's a little nerve-wracking because you've watched out for his well-being for 3 years. So we really want to make sure that he takes that first swim and heads straight out.
But as you can see, people are incredibly excited here at Jekyll Island to see this sea turtle be released back into the waters where it was originally from. And as you can see, it's hungry to survive. He's ready to move. And this is what this entire effort is all about.
Murphy truly is an ambassador for all the threatened and endangered sea turtles left on Earth. The truth is, without conservation efforts to protect beaches and rescue helpless hatchlings, it's possible that we could witness the extinction of many of these amazing creatures. But the amazing team at the Georgia Sea Turtle Center and Georgia Aquarium, along with this crowd gathered here today, reminds me that people do care and do want to see these creatures who have lived for millions of years in the ocean live on for millions of years to come.
There he goes. He just sort of melted away in the surf. It was just so quick, such an instant moment. I mean, these folks have put all that time into saving this turtle. Gone in an instant. And of course, he certainly has quite a fan base. All these people are here cheering him on, and there's no guarantee, but hopefully his strength, his life experience, and his millions of years of genetics and evolutionary history will give him a fighting chance. Until we meet again, I look forward to seeing you only on Ocean Mysteries.
Closed captioning and other promotional consideration provided by...
Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. We began with, and how apropos to end with, the whale shark. Until we meet again, I look forward to seeing you only in Ocean Mysteries. Let me see what other fun things I can find.